I'm 81 years old now, and I need to tell you something I've only recently allowed myself to understand. For 62 years, most of my life, I put myself last. Not dramatically, not in ways anyone noticed or praised, just quietly, consistently.
Like it was the only reasonable thing to do.
Alone in a too big house, with time I don't know how to fill, after years waiting for my turn. I didn't plan it this way. When I was young, maybe 19 or 20, I believed there would be time for everything. Time to take care of everyone else first. And then eventually, time for me. That felt responsible. That felt like love. I got married at 22. My husband was a good man, but he worked long hours
and expected things to run smoothly at home. I didn't mind at first. I wanted to be a good wife, so I managed the house, the bills, the meals, the repairs, the social calendar. I scheduled my days around his needs without questioning it. Then the kids came, 3 of them, 2 years apart, and for the next 20 years, I disappeared into their lives completely. I drove them everywhere. I stayed up late helping with school projects. I volunteered for every bake sale, every field trip, every committee that needed a parent. I attended every game, every recital, every ceremony. I loved them. I want to be clear about that. But somewhere in those years, I stopped being a person with wants. I became a function, a role. There were small moments when I'd feel something like longing. I'd see a flyer for a pottery class at the community center and think, maybe I could, but then someone needed a ride, or there was laundry, or I'd promised to help my mother-in-law with something. And I'd tell myself later, when things slow down, when the kids are older, when there's time. But things didn't slow down. The kids got older, but that just meant different demands. College applications, weddings, grandchildren. My mother got sick, and I took care of her for 4 years until she died. My husband's health started declining in his 60s. I became his caretaker too. I never said no, not once. I didn't even consider it. Saying no felt selfish. Saying no felt like I was abandoning people who needed me. What I didn't realize, and this is the part that hurts most, is that no one was going to give me permission to stop. No one was going to say, you've done enough, it's your turn now. Because from the outside, I didn't look miserable. I looked capable, busy, needed, and I was needed. That part was real. But I thought that if I kept giving, kept serving, kept sacrificing, eventually I'd be valued in a way that felt substantial. Like all that effort would add up to something I could feel in my bones. It didn't. My husband died 7 years ago. It was a long decline, diabetes, heart problems, then a stroke that left him needing full-time care. I did it all myself. I told the kids not to worry, that I could manage. And I did manage. For 3 years, I bathed him, fed him, changed him, stayed up through the night when he was confused or in pain. He died on a Tuesday morning in May. I was holding his hand. At the funeral, people said I was strong. They said I was a saint. They said he was lucky to have me. No one asked how I was. After he was gone, I thought maybe that would be it. Maybe I'd finally have time. I was 74. Not young, but not gone yet either. I thought maybe I'd travel or take a class or just, I don't know, exist for myself. But I didn't know how. I'd spent so long being needed that I had no idea who I was when no one needed me. The kids check in, they call on Sundays, sometimes Wednesdays. They ask if I need anything. I always say no. They have their own lives now, jobs, marriages, kids. I don't want to be a burden. But here's the truth. I'm lonely, deeply, achingly lonely, and it's my own fault. I never built anything for myself. No hobbies, no close friendships, because I never had time to nurture them. No interests that were just mine. I spent 62 years serving other people's lives, and now that I'm not needed anymore, I have nothing. I look back and I see all these tiny moments where I could have chosen differently. I could have signed up for that pottery class. I could have told my husband I needed one night a week to myself. I could have let the house be a little messier, the meals a little simpler. I could have asked my kids to help more instead of doing everything for them. I thought I was teaching them love, but maybe I was teaching them that mothers don't matter, that women exist to serve. My daughter said something to me last year that I can't stop thinking about. She was stressed, overwhelmed with work and her 2 kids, and she said, "I don't know how you did it, Mom. You made it look so easy." I wanted to tell her the truth. I wanted to say, it wasn't easy. I was exhausted. I was lonely. I gave up everything, and I don't know if it was worth it. But I didn't. I just smiled and said, "You do what you have to do." Even now, I can't stop protecting everyone from my regret. The worst part is that no one did this to me. No one forced me. I chose it every single day. I thought self-sacrifice was the same as love. I thought if I gave enough, I'd feel full. But sacrifice doesn't fill you. It empties you slowly. So slowly you don't notice until there's nothing left. I'm 81 now. My body is failing in small, irreversible ways. My knees hurt, my hands shake. I forget things. I don't have decades ahead of me. I have years, maybe. If I'm lucky, and I can't get any of it back, not one moment, not one choice. I can't go back and tell my younger self to take the class, to say no sometimes, to believe that my needs mattered as much as everyone else's. All I can do is sit here and hope that maybe someone hears this and understands what I didn't. You don't get more time. You don't get a second chance to live your life. And the people you love, they'll be fine without you for an hour, for an evening, for a weekend. Maybe they'll even be better for it. Learning that people are whole on their own, not just in service to others. I don't know if I wasted my life. That feels too harsh. I loved people. I showed up. I did my best, but I also erased myself completely. And now I'm old and invisible and so tired. If you're putting yourself last right now, believing there'll be time later, please hear me. Later doesn't come. It just turns into regret. I wish I'd known that. I wish someone had told me it was okay to matter. Now all I have left is this quiet house, these empty hours, and the hope that maybe my mistake can mean something to someone else. That's all. That's what remains.